Hello. Oh boy. Wow. That was quite the little nap. Woke up 7 days later. But here I am. Stream time. I really wanted to do some consecutive day streams for 30 days, but it's just not a very good time for it, unfortunately. Maybe some other day, some other time. Not ideal time. I could go on, but I don't feel like it, so let's just play. I just want to play a video game. I was gonna say, I was like, did we start the trial? I feel like we're really close to starting the trial. She really doesn't like you, does she, Mr. Nick? I know. Oh. Alright. Hold on a second. I might actually need a hint of where I stopped. Oh, that's right, back. Oh. Where are my evidence? Oh, I think we need to go unlock. So we just unlocked her psyche link, or her psyche locks. And I believe we have not the girlfriend, the manager. We have to do the managers now. So let me try to remember what we just did here. Gossip article. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. Superstar in an ultra-hot mega-secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Corrida has been getting in close with the mysterious yet beautiful manager of the stars, Miss A.A. Oh, it's only a single page? Okay. Oh, that's right. His guitar is missing. There's a glass of tomato juice that has mysteriously been placed there, maybe after the scene of crime? Water on the lid, which makes me think the case was closed and then somebody opened it. Oh boy. Ooh, this music. Oh, that's right. There's a tabloid article in the case. We need to find the camera case. Oh, we haven't seen Gumshoe yet. I wonder if we could check in with the victim too. We haven't spoken to him in a while. I feel like we hardly came to the police station at all this game. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence, the testimony are airtight. But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. What do you mean by the evidence is airtight? Can't give you all the details, pal. But there's two big pieces. I assume the button is at least one. Two? Both of them are in this photo. First is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. Yeah. We know that there's something off about the drink, but I'm not sure how that's evidence. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. Engard. Yep, found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. Ugh. And the second? The knife? Oh, that's right. It's the missing steak knife from the other room. Knife in his chest, pal. Fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? Don't even have to ask, Missy. Obvious. They're Matt Engard's. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well, I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. So maybe she... Yeah, I think she has the camera. And we're not gonna know what the article says until tomorrow. The article that Lotta was writing. Her blab knob is stuck on 10. No turning it down. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. Engard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. Do we have a time of death? No way. We don't. I mean, I assume that it was, I mean, I guess we kind of know approximately when, but we don't have the official, autopsy report. Okay. Oh. This guy. Must be one of those detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Freeze. Police. Everyone against the wall. Hands where I could see them. Hey, what are you doing, Gumshoe? Their hands, not yours. He must be doing image training for arrest. Always so silly. Chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Hero of Heroes Awards ceremony. Grand prize got away from the Jammin' Ninja again? Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Well, it is important to our case. Blue Badger! Kinda cute. Mr. Nick, oh, what is this stuffed animal's name? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's the precinct's mascot, you know? Oh, wow. I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station if it's the last thing I do. Hope you succeed in your mission, sir. Detective's desk. There are computers and files, blah blah blah. ID. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desk. I never knew if, like, police work, detectives having a lot of paperwork was true or not. Alright, I think that's everything in here. Let's show him some evidence. We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Korita? But why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Oh, this is new. Suicide? Her name was Celeste Impact. She was Juan Corita's manager. Victim's manager? That's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Oh ho ho! This is getting spicy. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor? A woman who was both Mr. Corrida's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Did her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal? Yes, I do. But first... I believe this is a scene of a murder. Guitar is missing. We really need the autopsy report. Tomato juice. A map? Yeah, that's what I thought. Camera. I guess we're not gonna see the camera until we get to court. Okay. Oh, he doesn't have anything else to say about her? Okay. Something interesting about this woman, pal. What's that? You don't know? Haven't you heard the gossip about her? Gossip, huh? The article. Let's see. Alright, we can just go right back to talk, I guess. Here we go. She was the victim's manager and also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence. Ugh. I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma? You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't? You don't mean? I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Is he just off the case, or is she trying to fire him? I feel like people are always trying to fire him. What? Wait. Please, wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? That voice. Edgeworth. It's been a long time, right? This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. Is he talking to me or her? Oh, her. You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. You. How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? I'm kind of surprised we're seeing him already. I thought it'd be a little bit closer to the climax. You've soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then, let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. Oh, look at him. Is this a new face? He looks so smug. You. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Ooh, are we gonna get a handover later on? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. How are you doing, Edgeworth? I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick. Huh. I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy. Not to mention one-sided. Who? Me? I don't think Phoenix hates him. I don't know what would happen between now and then to make Phoenix hate him. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. Why is he so smug? Man, it's so funny. I feel like I've turned around so much. When I first saw Edgeworth, I wasn't really a fan. What's that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. What is going on inside his head? He's playing both sides. A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. And those losses, are those losses the reason for your you suddenly disappear from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Man, Phoenix is really laying into him. I mean, like, I get it that he wasn't the most upstanding prosecutor, but he definitely wasn't, like, as bad as some of the others we saw. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francesca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom's not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say. Oh, well, I guess this case is different. Those who think only on their own ego-driven goals. Those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. Are we going to tell him about Maya? A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Alright, let's try and get some info from him. Yeah, useless. We're not gonna tell him about Maya. Okay. I really want to. I want to hear his thoughts about that. We're looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. No reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. Okay, this is a non-specific answer. Okay. What have you been up to? I don't have any leads on Miles Edgeworth. This woman is another key to solving this case. What was her name again? Think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste in Pax died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes. But there's still one riddle we've yet to solve? Yet to be solved. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. Then how'd you know she wrote a note? Huh. Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. Ah. Maybe more to this mentorship? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. I am getting increasingly suspicious. We also don't have a lot of people to go by. Or at least not people who would be guilty, because at this point in the game, I feel like a lot of hair, or a lot of heart, and Wendy Oldbag, there's no way that they'll ever be guilty in any case, so... It pretty much just leaves her. We've already gotten this guy acquitted on his own case. I doubt he's going to be guilty on this one. Unless they introduce more people. But then what's the connection between the killer and her? Oh, no. Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. Suicide note? But how do you know she even wrote such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. Darn it, why don't every time I stream now I want ice cream? Ah, the bad habit to get into. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger. Which makes the likelihood of suicide note very high. That's true, I can't think of what else you would need to write, you know, moments before. Who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body. Which makes him the only person who had the chance to hide her suicide note. I mean, if it's hanging, I'm gonna assume that it was a suicide, but there could be some nefarious motive for her suicide. As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Suicide report added to the court record. I assume that's all we can get from him. Because we've shown him pretty much every piece of evidence and every profile we have. So... Wait, hold on. Did we get... Oh, we did get new evidence. Okay, this one. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts, like that one. That has two parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second. Oh. The attempted name. It's Adrian Andrews? What? Miss Andrews? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. I feel like she's either got to be related to the, Celeste, or they gotta be, like, lovers. But I feel like in this game, nobody's ever actually lovers. I feel like that's just my own delusion. Secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Well, you know, some people have a front. Huh. Alright. I guess that... Oh wait, dependent nature. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste and Pack. And? Why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. That is usually how it goes. Lost her will? But why? Her pillar of strength. Her mentor. Celeste in Pax was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... This is what they call... following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She's someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. I feel bad for her. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? when Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide. The world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. And that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay. I wonder if we're done with this guy now. I feel like that might be it. But, you know, we gotta double check. Appearances can be deceiving. Such a cliche saying. But it's cliche because it's true. Sometimes it is, yeah. I get that. I keep accidentally minimizing the window. Miss Andrews. Think that behind the unwavering brave front, she's been hiding this weakness in fear. Alright. Oh, nothing new here? Well, it didn't come up with like a new trigger, but I might be able to still show him the evidence. Yeah. What do you think about this article? If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. Ah, he knew? Or at least he thinks so. And that's it? That's it. He's very chill about this. Okay. I assume nothing here. You drink tomato juice? No? Camera. Oh, does he know her? What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life. Oh. Did he have something to do with it? No, I would never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention. Who in the world are you gonna eat with? Security guard? Mr. Nick? Celeste Impact's lady. I get the feeling she's very important in all this. Wasn't she, she was just Karita's, manager. Alright, well, he is gone. I don't really want to tell her. I feel like telling her is not going to be very helpful. Oh yes, we need to do the psyche locks on, I keep forgetting. Adrian Andrews? Is that her name? Adrian Andrews, yes. Let's go find her. Actually, I keep hitting escape instead of backspace. Wonder if he would know anything about them. Nope. He's too out of the loop. But maybe profiles would do it. Nope. Oh, this guy. Alright, we'll ask Lotta. I forget if we showed her this one. I'm a journalist. I've got so much info running laps in my head, I forget things here and there. Ugh, don't get so worked up over this. Huh. I don't care if you beg me. Be extra tough on kids. That's this gal's motto on learning youngsters. I feel like her dialogue is even more country in this game than it was in the last one. She really doesn't know any of this, huh? I forget, is she a witness? Or is it, it's gonna be old bag. Guess who's back? Okay. Nope. She's completely clueless. Maybe I'll at least ask her about the camera. Even though I don't think there'll be any update. Oops, I need to do that. Zoop. Yep, no updates. Okay. So they might have been the Celeste and Juan. Might have been lovers? No, she was probably just his manager. But she killed herself. And now Juan's dead. And somebody's framing Matt for it. Mr. Engard. Oops, I always forget. All right, we need to take care of her psyche locks. Although I guess now Edgeworth's given us enough information that we can do it. Sometimes it feels like people just show up and hand information like, here's the clues, otherwise you wouldn't know it. Hello, hello. Miss Andrews is here. Ugh, I need a little sippy. Sorry, I'm kind of low energy today. Looks like she's talking with someone. Oh, Francisca von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? You see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Perfect time to show up, huh? You're always following after Mr. Detective with the beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. Oh, is that what the beeping noise is? She has a tracker on him? What is that? I thought her pager was just always going off. an electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. She got him with the Apple AirTag. That's the noise. Although, why does it have to beep so loudly? Like, it's not like you need echolocation like a bat. I'm so sorry for poor Gumshoe. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? All right. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Alright. You know what? Actually, we can save. Even though it hasn't been that long. And, I haven't been in this room in a while. Let's just take another peek around. Okay. Gotta do this one first. Like that. She's so pretty, but she reminds me so much of it wasn't somebody I used to follow on Twitter, but it was like somebody who I would see just like recommended on my For You page a lot. Reminds me of somebody with like a really specific hairstyle like that. Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Oh, did you watch her? I mean, if you want some good, she's really busy traveling, but if you want some good background noise, like oh, sorry. Here I was low energy, but you got me thinking about it because, I was watching a lot of her Minecraft videos recently, and I finally took the plunge and, started playing Minecraft on my own to try to, like, learn how to play it. And I feel like I finally got it. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I've been so AWOL. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I finally understand why the kids like it. Because I've always said, like, I tried, like, creative mode once before. But I got really nauseous when I tried it the first time a couple of years ago. But now my nausea doesn't seem to be as prevalent, maybe because I'm just playing... I mean, I don't play very many games where I have to, like, move around in first person, but I think I'm just a little bit more desensitized to it now. But also, those are some really fun mods. They're a little bit overwhelming for somebody like me who doesn't know anything about the game. But yeah, I think it was very interesting. I've just been learning how to play it, so I have a lot of her Minecraft VODs in the background for like 12-hour binges as well. While I do my 12-hour binges. Alright. But yeah, I hope you, at the very least, I hope you enjoy some of her songs, her singing. I really like her singing. Alright. Let's crack this case. So, why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engard's life in danger by your actions? But I wonder if that's her intention, like maybe she wants to put his life in danger. Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? Truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida. Not that close, huh? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Oh. Not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. to think, like, what? I guess this, because this is... Well, I was trying to think, like, are we trying to imply that she was close with her mentor, or... I assume we're going to say she was close with Juan. I think this is more relevant. You and Mr. Corita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly, third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. See, however, we didn't even unlock one of her thingies. I thought that was gonna do it. Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corita? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Corita for this person's sake? Person. Your mentor? Celeste and Pax, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Aha! Miss Impact, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corita's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Corita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy mudraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. This just kind of reminded me of, kind of topical, but, you know, a lot more people, fans of, or VTubers, or just whatever, people really finally kind of sticking it out for people who, you know, people who are like kind of drama mongering in the community. Always nice to see people finally telling them where to stick it. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Oop. Because you tried to kill yourself. Oh, wait, was that not right? Oh, did I mess up? Oh, oops. Wait, what did that say again? Did I misread? Did I misunderstand what I was asking for? No mystery surrounding her death. Oh, I guess it's because her note was hidden that she would be not at ease with the case. But come on, the way that was worded, whatever. Miss Impax's suicide note was never found, was she? Or was it? You know what? I was trying to think. Some of their names are... Some of them are not very pun-related. Some of them are. Celeste Impax. I assume it's because Celeste being like a star and Impax just being like, you know, her death had an impact on all the stars. On all the celebrities. Looks like the police were under suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body. Mr. Corita. Juan? Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corita. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. And it had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. Yeah, it is a pretty name. Although it just makes me think of that platforming game. Oh, sorry, you said good game, not good name. Sorry. Yeah, it does seem like people like it. I don't think it's for me though. I'm not that platforming too. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. Okay, here's her suicide attempt. Proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life? Miss Andrews, you look and act like a strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes. I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that's all a lie. A facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. Kind of like a dependent personality disorder. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Corrida of hiding Miss Impax's note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What? What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was... why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Corrida dead. Me? Mr. Impax was... Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Is it really this easy, though? I guess sometimes we do kind of confront people. Be like, we know you did it, we'll see you in court. It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Corrida. Celeste. Without her, I knew it. Rare time to put on the GL goggles. Without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct? It looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. Who was the other one? I feel like there was another woman that you were looking at. Or maybe it was just Andrews. Maybe you did see Andrews on a previous stream. You might have. It might have just been a while. I feel like there was somebody else that you were also a fan of, but I don't remember who. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. Hello, hello. It doesn't suit me, that's all. So is she the murderer? She says no. She says she definitely was up to something, but that she didn't do it. So who else could have done it? And who the heck is the killer, and what does he have to do with any of these people? We still have no idea what he has to do with any of this. All right. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Oh. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose death than live. Okay, understood. We will keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. I guess she's the overthinking type. Damn. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. I assume that, okay, well, I don't know, because I was kind of warned about, this case, so I'm like, I don't know if this is like a thing where if we present it in court, we'll get a bad ending because she will absolutely kill herself. Or if it's just not going to be an option to use that as evidence ever. Although, to be honest, I'm kind of relating a little bit too much to her. Not that I think I don't know, I don't think I'm like a dependent person in the same way that like I don't know. Maybe I am becoming more of a dependent person. But I guess I kind of relate to her in insecurities. Oh, thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? Yeah. Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. I wondered about that. I was like, is that like her business card or something? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know why, but every time I say her last name, like I know it's a very common first name and last name, but it just makes me think of singer and actress Julie Andrews. But the funny thing is, like, she's a very popular actress, right? Or Julie Andrews Edwards. Like you would know her. Let's see, what's the most notable things about her? I always think of like Sound of Music. Yeah. But what else has she been in? Oh, I guess she's been in a lot of stuff too. A lot of more recent things as like little bit roles. Was she? Hold on. I feel like I want to. What else is her most well-known role? Yeah, she was Mary Poppins, I believe, as well. For some reason, I was like, I don't want to mistake that, but I believe she was. But like, oddly enough, she also writes, or she used to write children's books too. And that's one of the things that I really know her from. Like, I know her from some of those big movies and stuff, but there were a couple children's books of hers that I read that I really liked. There was like one children's novel that I read that my friends really liked as well. It's called The Last of the Really Great Wang Doodles. I really liked it. I mean, it's a children's book, really. It's more like a children's novel, if you know what I mean. But very fun book. I still think about it. As far as like a fantasy world that I really like. Miss Andrews, what's that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. Well, you probably should not read this book because it is for young children. It's for like elementary school. It's like one of those novels written for like elementary school kids. Like first novel type things. I mean, you better not be an elementary school student. I mean, you know what? A lot of people are like, ugh, minors don't watch me. I don't particularly care if minors do or don't watch me, but it would be kind of weird if minors were talking in chat. Seashell. Looks like a... Are these all called conch shells? Is that what they're called? I honestly don't really remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. We're not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like children's novels are kind of an underrated thing of like there's a lot of novels that are more like for older middle school, younger high school, but there's like children's novels too that are like, you know, they're pretty long, but they're also like pretty large print and stuff like that. You know, maybe if they were regular print size, they'd be closer to like a novella, but... Well, must be off. I leave Mr. Engard in your capable hands. Well, I can't tell now, because I was like, now I don't know if she actually did the murder or not, because she definitely doesn't seem... She has good motive, but she doesn't seem particularly guilty. But I don't see her having any particular reason to wanting to frame her own client. Um... I wonder if the card is related to the killer. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Girl, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all. Has been walking around all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Well, he said go back to the office. So maybe we should do that? I love it when video games tell you point blank, we are now going to the place. So I don't have to guess where they're supposed to go. So what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impax's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. What? Is that the tracker? Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Oh, this is our walkie-talkie. Hello? Wright & Co. Law Office? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Oh, it's Maya. Oh no, he's asking where's Maya. But Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. I'm thinking like Jigsaw, but I can't do a Jigsaw voice. Phew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. Oh, what? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Oh, wait, Maya, let me hear her. Yeah, I'm surprised they're still making those movies. I'm sure they'll come out with another one eventually. Ask Maya. Maya, is that you? Ask my sis. Oh, this is her. Beep. You know what? The biggest disappointment is like when those movies first came out and you see like the little doll and the tricycle and then you learn that there's no real point to that. Like it's not like a supernatural killer thing where the doll's alive. It's just a puppet for fun. It's just a little funsies. The killer just had a little bit of extra time to do some puppetry for no reason. Like why make a good horror movie mascot if you're never gonna use it for anything? What a waste. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Yep. What is she? Oh man, we're gonna see Pearl do some summoning again. Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Oh, here she is. Oh god. Oh, Mia. I have a message from Maya. So come ask me anything you want about her. Wait, are they able to... Is Maya able to give Mia messages and then Mia can give them to me? I didn't think Maya could communicate with her directly. I thought she could only channel her. How's Maya? She's safe. For now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. glad to hear she's safe. But, Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. You don't like it? Look, you're just gonna have to accept that we're gonna see Mia possess a lot of people. I read the note she left. Oh, that's how they communicated. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. It is kind of unsettling. Didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. Okay, this is funny. I didn't think they were actually gonna address my question, but yeah. They can't communicate directly, but she could leave her a note. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was dragged there. She didn't see the face of her attacker. This is so dumb because we definitely saw his face. He was the same guy who gave her the phone. I mean, not that Phoenix would necessarily know that it was the same guy, but you might think he might at least, like, mention what the guy looked like and ask around about that guy. Like, does this guy work here at the hotel? What's his name? He's got a big scar on half his face. Whatever. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I wonder if she's still locked in the hotel. Ugh, starving. I was gonna say it's only been like a day, but I guess for Maya that would be torture. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me, so I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. This reminds me of, Paranormal Site. That kidnapped scene in that. All sorts of things piled up here. Too dark to see. Not that dark. Feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like a barrel. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry, not really thirsty. Drat. It's locked. This door's locked. Seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. I feel like this is the kind of lock you would see somebody use like a, like just a little metal pick or like a paper clip or something to open. Then click, they magically open the door. Wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. What's that? Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. Picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. The killer dropped his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. Oh, I did it. Alright, now I'm getting the heck out of here. Shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. She got the door open? What the heck? I didn't see that one. Oh boy. It is time. Oop. Oh, frick. Time for the trial. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. That's what I don't get. It's like, why would she want to pin it on him? I don't think she... I mean, I guess if she did it, she would pin it on anybody, but... I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Who's this? Is this gonna be Edgeworth? Oh, her. Mia. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. You have a little mama Mia? No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of today. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Oh, is this the killer? It's him. This is Wright.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired? Don't worry. People don't die that easily.
It's been less than 2 days. It's been like 2 days tops.
Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
As I thought Mia was breaking out, or Maya was breaking out of the room. Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Ugh. I feel like some of this art that gets reused, like the detention center in this courtroom, really needed like a refresh. Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that? No one. Nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Well, you know what they say about a guy with a big nose. I mean, some of the reused assets I don't mind. It's just that those ones, the detention center and the courtroom one there, in particular, always look a little bit rough. Like the guards' proportions always look a little odd. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Engard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? Defense is ready, Your Honor. What? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you mad at me? Your Honor. Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Ms. Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What? She was shot? What? What is this development? So I guess I'm gonna fight against Edgeworth? It's funny. Like, don't tell me you weren't expecting that. Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking. Oh. He shot her? I'm sorry, but you gotta admit, it's kind of crazy. Here I'm like, what the heck is the killer's deal? Like, what does he have to do with this case? How does he even know anybody or care? Why does he care about this? And also, like, I get the impression that Francisca would not be an easy person to just blast, you know? So, like, I'm kind of surprised that he managed to do that. Merry Christmas. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. Yeah, well, so much for all her whip training. Couldn't even stop one shooter? This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. Is this the killer or is this gonna be Edgeworth? That's good. Phew. I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to those circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I was like, who the heck would shoot her? Automod wants to ban you for bullying Edgeworth. How could you? Calling Edgeworth a scumbag is illegal on this channel. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. He didn't shoot her. Somebody else did. It wasn't him. He would never. Look at him. A little baby. Hello? We just found out who killed her. It's the killer. Not the killer. The killer. D-E killer. It's the guy who kidnapped Maya. Prosecution is ready, naturally. Whoa. Hold on a second. My stupid sound settings got really weird. My speakers have been really weird today. Let me see. Yeah, I was gonna say, where did they shoot her? In the, like in the shoulder, in the leg? For some reason, I was picturing like leg or like knee or something. Did they say? Let me try and, disconnect and reconnect my speakers. You'll probably hear it because it's very, very loud. It's so freaking loud when it connects and disconnects. There we go. Oh, I can hear it, but now you can't. Let me try and fix that. I don't know if there's something wrong with my speakers or with my like sound card. Sorry, give me a second. OBS is not pleased with me for doing this on the fly. Why is music not playing anymore? Music? Oh Lord. What's happening? It says it's connected all right. Sorry, it's just my stupid... I don't know why it's doing this. You definitely can't hear the background music, can you? Because I don't see it in OBS working. Ugh. Let me see if I can just add a new one temporarily. A new audio source. Oh. Sorry, it was really loud for a second. sorry. That was my B. Okay. It's back for now. I need to fix it later because I don't know what's happening with my sound settings. They're getting really, really funky. I might need to do something about it. How do I... Hold on a second. I wonder what I need to do. Fix, because it might be... I wonder if it's a sound card issue. But yeah, that should be okay right now for volume. Issues. Always with the issues. Always tech issues. Well, whatever. All right, enough edging, Mr. Worth. Oh, shot on her shoulder. And here I was like, where did they shoot her? It says right on the screen. Is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I've looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Engard. court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. I'm kind of excited, like, man, I've had such a turnaround on Edgeworth. Like, I'm so happy to see him again and to be, like, battling him, because I feel like the last couple of cases in the last game, you know, we were basically defending him, and he was having, like, an existential crisis about his whole career. So, like, having him back as a prosecutor is kind of exciting. Hold on a second, I need to fix my chair. Rude. You just want to see a pretty lady. Well, he's not a pretty lady. He's a handsome man. And we're in love. I mean, nothing wrong with wanting to see a pretty lady. I'm just saying. It's nice to see Edgeworth again. Nice to see the baby boy. Now then, prosecution would like to call its first witness. Oh my god. Pull that thing out. Hold on, I need to double check one thing. Yeah, god, my speaker sounds so weird right now. I don't know why. But like I said, works okay for now. We'll fix it more after stream. I usually just use my speakers because I'm lazy. My headphones are in the other room, so I don't want to get up. Detective Gumshoe. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Oh, Gumshoe's our first? Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. You know what? Oh, sorry. Give me one more second here. This might get loud for a second. Or not. Okay. That's so weird. Alright. We'll keep doing it this way then, for this stream. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. I turned myself down? Haven't done anything to my own mic. Oh. Whoa! Streaming, it's so fun! Like, it looks like it's still really loud. Hmm. Do you think I should just turn it up a little? Or do you think I should just not mess with it? You know what? Fine. Let me go get my headphones. I give up though. I'll get my headphones at the very least. Sorry about all this. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me mute that for 1 second. Oh, did that work? Should be back to its regular settings now. Whew. Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm not sure why it was doing that. Oh man. Sorry, I feel like this song is also a little bit annoying to listen to for troubleshooting, but this is fine. Okay. Good enough. Let us continue. Yeah, there's like part of this song made it hard for me to tell. I couldn't tell if it was like cutting out or if it's just the fact that the song sounds a little funny. It'd have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. Yeah, there's like a little bit more of a chiptune sound to it than some of the other tracks. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Is his answer that he wants to battle me more in court? Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Oh man. This is totally lovers' rivalry. Bare facts of the case. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Like, why couldn't it have been this song for the music to, loop on? However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, we also don't know what the Nickel Samurai's confession was supposed to be about. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see.
Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
You got it, Judge. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim... Oh wait, I should probably press. I don't think there's going to be any penalty for pressing. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. Ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m., and then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. That's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. The victim, Juan Carita, was found dead in his hotel room. Oh wait, I press. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Matt Engard's manager. She's, a really pretty lady, sir. She's a pretty lady, huh? Wonder if she will grace us with her presence. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Engard. After visiting his room, she went next to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. You see, that's when she found the victim's body. After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir. Cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Carita was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Bandana? His bandana, sir. That's the thing around his neck.
Yes, very good.
His banana-scented bandana. What about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Wait, what about the bandana? Was he strangled? We have a very crafty murderer on our hands. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. Maybe they just wanted to be really, really sure. First, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Why did you think that? Because it was empty. Yeah, why have a guitar case and no guitar? Jamma Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. I wonder if the suicide note was in the guitar or in the case or something. We couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. How about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Judge, why are you giving ideas? Thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints left on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then. Guitar case updated in the court record. Only Carita's fingerprint. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Our first order of business should be to gather more info from his testimony. There might be a trap set up somewhere for us. Maybe. However, setting off traps is part of a lawyer's job too. If If you say so. Of course, we're supposed to escape from them too, wouldn't you say? I would say. I kind of agree with that line of logic, you know. Sometimes you gotta set off the traps just to still get more information. Murder oh wait, we already did all this, I think. Found dead in his hotel room. We believe he was definitely murdered, sir. Thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Found the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. I feel like all these statements are weird, but I'm a little bit confuzzled about what the angle we're going with is. I have to see my evidence. Gossip Land. Only his fingerprints on the lid. Oh. I mean, I guess the glass is also suspicious. Time of death. Strangled with a scarf. Stabbed with a knife. I need to see these again. What convinced you the case had nothing to do with it? Guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Then where was it? Oh, they found it. The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. That's really weird. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. No wonder this guy didn't win. What a lazy guy. Doesn't even bring his signature item to the award show. How would he win like that? The guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Well, I guess he wasn't bashed in the head with a guitar. Well, I mean, I guess now we already know that anyways. We know he was strangled. Had nothing to do with the case at all. Believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Yep. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt Ingard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Look like Mr. Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. It's gonna be the button. Yes, sir. And the knight. Matt Ingard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. Oh, it looks more like an egg. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ingard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. What? He bought the knife? It wasn't like the ones the hotel provided for their meal? Or does he mean, he mean brought? Like he brought it to the room. I was like, there's no way he bought that. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Almost a little too clearly. Knife. Bears the victim's blood and Engard's fingerprints in the grip. Gatewater is engraved. Yeah, he definitely didn't buy it. And then there's this button. That was found on the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button, also covered in blood? Yeah. We know the blood on it was the victim's blood, sir. Oh, geez. Definitely the victim's blood. All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, Wright? Oh man, I'm so hungry now. Sorry, I've been just thinking about food this entire time. I'm becoming a real Maya. I'll find a hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. All right. I can press as much as I like. So, what are my new evidence? The button. I mean, we think it's from the room because there was a knife missing from the two-person dinner set. But I mean, in theory, either one of them could have gotten this knife in their hotel room because it's the hotel's knife. Like, I don't know if this guy, I don't think he had anything to eat, but I don't know. He could have still had the knife in his room otherwise. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch. All right. Anyway, let's press. I need more info. In terms of popularity, Mr. Engard won, did he not? Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Carita was always one step behind Mr. Engard in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Carita lost the Grand Prix in the end. Too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Engard was beating Mr. Carita in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. Yeah, he didn't really seem like he thought of him very much. Yes, I quite agree. Like, it sounded like they had slightly different demographics, too. Well, detective? It's not, I guess you could put it that way. Yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. That's good for me. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Huh? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Sir, that's I look forward to your pension negotiations. No! Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony. My poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What? What was it talking about? Hello? As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. Do you have any proof the button belonged to the victim? Yeah, obviously. The button was missing from his clothes and it's his blood. Huh? What do you mean, pal? Let me just put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Well, you can tell just by looking at it, right? I don't really see it. I don't think that there's any resemblance. I guess they both have slightly spiky-ish hair, if that's what you mean. The victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterwards. Yeah, but the button's missing from his costume. Plus, it's giant. Where does somebody get like a 3-inch button? Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. I knew it. Had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And the thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it. It's their perfect match, pal. Ugh. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. Ripped off the ninja costume was found in the Hakama pants. When was his button found? Pretty soon after the body was found. We rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Korida. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder. Police didn't have any free time to lollygag and play tricks. Unlike some people. Rude. You prosecutors are the ones usually doing the tricks. What's he trying to say about me? The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. That is true. I guess if you were holding the knife, your fingerprints would look different if you were like holding it to cut a steak versus like stab somebody, right? For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh. We didn't actually think of that. I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, Wright? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. Oh, he means literally. No way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So the defendant, the owner of this knife then, huh? Defendant bought. He keeps saying bought, but I'm like, doesn't he mean brought? I can't tell if this is a typo or if this is what he means to say. There's no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. He says bought too. Why did they keep saying that? Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. Yeah, it's just a regular dinner steak knife. Doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Ugh. This isn't going good. Yeah, I guess they mean the premeditated part. Yeah. If the prosecution can prove it was premeditated, we're done for. Like, I guess I was thinking, though, that, like, premeditated in terms of the fact that he... Like, the knife came from Engard's room when he had dinner. Like, we clearly saw that he was missing... He had 2 forks and 1 knife. So, I was thinking, like, he or whoever framed him would have taken it from his room and brought it to the next room. But they keep saying bought, so they must really mean bought. Phoenix. Yeah? Something very interesting about what the detective just said now. Think carefully before it's too late. Fingerprints. Yeah. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. So I guess they're saying, though, that it can only be premeditated because he bought it? So we can prove that he didn't buy it, at the very least. So let's find the weakness in his testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Okay. Because there's been like 1 or 2 times where I saw some like very minor grammatical mistakes in this game. So that's why I'm also like, surely they would be more careful about this testimony stuff. He definitely didn't buy it. Wait a second. Yeah. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yes, that's very true. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. No one currently on the police force that is dumb enough to not realize this. Oh. Question is, where did this knife come from? Yeah, he's taking the same thought that I had. Like, he didn't have to buy it, he just had to bring it from his own room. It came from the victim, Mr. Corrida's room. No. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. He just had potato chips and tomato juice. What a terrible dinner. I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on the table. Oh yeah, he did have his own food here. I didn't even notice that. He does have his own knife. There's a knife and a fork on the table. then where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Engard. Yeah, this one was missing the knife. Especially what was on top of his table. Something missing. Perhaps, is it a single knife? We investigated the leftovers. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints. And while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Engard's knife was missing. Ugh. Mr. Engard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven no. This was premeditated. Uh-oh. How am I going to get out of this one? Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. Seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. Yeah. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. Murder weapon with fingerprints, a button from the victim's costume. Quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of time, Your Honor. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defendant were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Me? Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well, Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? I hope I do, sir. Yeah, totally. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. So I'm thinking that there's, the two things that are off are... I was still thinking about the guitar and the guitar case and the glass of tomato juice. Because, like, the glass of tomato juice, why wasn't it knocked over? And the guitar case, like, we know where the guitar is now. But the fact that, like, the guitar case must have been closed previously. So water splashed on it and then opened later? Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one chance. Oh boy. They're very serious. What's the judge saying? What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling off one of your usual bluffs here. I feel like they already talked about the guitar, so I feel like, well, I don't know, but I feel like that doesn't really answer my questions about the guitar case. I'm still confused about the tomato juice, because I'm like, did somebody move it to the table afterwards? Let me look at the photo. I'm really torn between those two. Oh, but wait, do I even have... Oh, I do have the guitar case. It only has Karita's fingerprints on it. And how can it only have his fingerprints on it if it was presumably opened up after his death by somebody else? I kind of want to try the guitar first. I'm probably wrong, but... Uh-oh. Sorry, Wright. But this time, your bluffing steered you wrong. Alright. No, wait. I'm a man of my word, Mr. Wright. That's enough. This court sees... Alright. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. Guilty. The accused will surrender. Yeah. Alright. Reload. I was curious if we were gonna get to see like a little bad end with Maya, but I guess not. The game just tells you reload. It's very, very abrupt with that. Alright, must be the tomato juice in the wine glass. This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. Vase is broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you have to say? Yes, it's a little strange. Yeah, isn't it? It's totally first try. You could stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth? What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion? You don't need my opinion. Because there's no special meaning to that glass. What? Safe to say the glass was set there after the crime took place. Hold on a second. Whoa, sorry. Ugh. I'm gonna fix my headphones a little. Ugh. I'm not used to having them on my ears the entire time. just gonna be lazy and take them off for a second. I just take them off and turn it up loud enough so I can just hear them. Just barely. Without them being on my head. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. Does sound very plausible. Mr. Wright? Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to... No! Nothing that points to Miss Andrews not being the one who set the cup down. I raised an objection. I wanted to look at the, evidence here. Although I don't know, maybe... I'm not entirely sure which answer I would have chosen. Like, we assume that he's the one who loves tomato juice. But, I don't know. But is it possible or not? I mean, were there fingerprints on it, though? I raise an objection here that would only make the judge slam his gavel down. You can't think like that, Phoenix. Mia. Right now, you're hanging on by a very thin thread. Anything else you can grab onto right now is better than nothing. Okay, we gotta push it. Defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We'd like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. Huh. You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Yeah, I want some fingerprints. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Uh-oh. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? He's only been here for like half a day and he's already got our ass. Our ass is Grath. Of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims, nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews. Oh no. Wine glass updated. That's why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Can't believe I fell into that trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. Upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. But he had the tomato juice in his room. There's no way she brought it with her from across the hall. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Test. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. From here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. I still can't tell whether we're still safe or this is the end for us. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Oh, am I okay? Am I not totally screwed yet? I'm worried. I feel like what if I messed up? What if this is a trap? Another witness? But then again, Mia was the one who told me to push ahead and insist that there was no way it could have been hers. Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? What indeed? Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation. Ugh. Huh. Gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, edgy boy. Wait, I've totally changed all their voices and lost it. Also, I never noticed she has a wedding ring. She's married. Oh, Edgy Poo, it's been a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet it was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand. What a thing to say. The Wicked Witch of the witness stand. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with a terrible crime. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Right. Oh, shush. I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, ma'am. No, please. By all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway. Witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job, being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You would think she would be like, he was my number one.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Oh look, everyone is crazy over that Engard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him.
Aren't they technically the same age?
I'm only interested in a real man. Juan Carita.
They are the same age, though.
Anyway, as I was saying, was pacing in front of the room of his room that night. Oh. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. What you witnessed. Oh boy. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out. You know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. For a second, I forgot who our actual defendant was, and I was like, a man? What? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It's probably gonna be the costume thing again. Oh. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So, Mr. Engard came out of the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Very good. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Wait, hold on, I need to press. Got a little too excited. Miss Oldbag, what was your post that night? Yeah, it's probably not in front of his room, I'll say that. The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help. I'll have you know. It was for the lead-headed samurai show. Heh, I even took out a few nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go. Sounds like she was trying to kill him. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. That's when you went to hang around the victim's door? There was something I was interested in finding out. You know. The gossip stuff? Maybe? It's not some little thing. I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and my Juan. Oh, and Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. It was the gossip, huh? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to our testimony later. Shouldn't force it right now. Did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. Then you could tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kodita's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why, ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. Does she not have an age listed? She doesn't. I never noticed. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. That sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. That man came out of Juan's room. He was. Yeah? Too scared. I can't say his name out loud. Ugh, what I wouldn't give to have Francesca's whip right now. Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. You saw my client? You sure about that? Yesy. Really? He wasn't in costume, was he? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Ooh. Well, we would assume he was wearing the Hakama pants. I wonder if she could see his face, though. Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes, his effeminate lips, his right eye covered by silky hair. I just kind of realized her left eye is kind of covered and his right eye is covered. I had to double check. His sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, he's shining all around in this week's pinup poster, dearie. Pinup poster? I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Just please stay with what you saw that night. What? Engard's face is the same no matter where it is. You know, you whippersnapper. So, Mr. Wright. Oh, you know what? Maybe... Maybe it was actually him, but he wasn't wearing the pants. He wasn't wearing the Hakama pants. Let me try again. Okay. I think it was right not to push that. I think I can go back and try it again. Something I was interested in. Someone showed up. It was a man coming out of Juan's room. Let me see if he was wearing the pants. So tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really. As if something like that matters. But it does. Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. The thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket. Aha! He was wearing his casual clothes, not his costume clothes. So at the very least, maybe he did really go over there, but he didn't kill him when he was over there. Wearing that at the detention center too. Man, he totally looks like such a common writer style hero. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. Or seducing men out of their pantaloons, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Was this testimony just now important or relevant? Yes. Yes. He was wearing the wrong clothes. Of course it was, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. You don't see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where this is going, but all right. Witness, please. Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Perfect. We got him now. Oh, I should have pressed. I always forget. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. Okay. That's fine. Thanks, Mia. I got your pep talk even though I really didn't need it. Alright. Are you sure? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She's very sure. Okay, perfect. I can just present, I assume it's the button has the information about the pants on it. I'll just present the button. I wonder if the photo works as well. Probably safer to do the button. There's the Maya's photo of the nickel samurai, but I think, yeah, I think probably safer to do the button. Yep, found in his pants. Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no good reason. You know what this is? It's button number 2 on Jammin' Ninja's costume. I keep forgetting which one of them they said was more popular with high school girls and which one was more popular with office ladies. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it at a single glance. Give it here. Give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Rat. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. Although it's pretty crazy. I still don't know. She's dressed like a little spaceman. This button was discovered in Mr. Engard's on Mr. Engard's body during the full body search. See. This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Engard. He was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pant. See? And Engard is the nickel samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Engard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then instead I have to put up with wearing this ridiculous looking outfit. This outfit's hideous, right? It's got tape recorders, it's heavy too, so I wish I would switch CDs ages ago. Dream alive. The kids understand. Now take a look in the mirror. These clothes are as interesting as a documentary on curling. Take it from Edgy Poo. Blah. I tried my best to parse that. I assume, I don't know, I wasn't sure if she chose that outfit, but I guess that's just their standard security garb. Hold your tongue still. Hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Engard, the man. But Mr. Engard, the Nickel Samurai? But when you think about it, oh, so she did see the Nickel Samurai, but not necessarily Engard. They're really one and the same. This old bag, it's very important we're talking. This is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. All right, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Engard, yes, and now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Oh. It's the same thing of him wearing the costume. Oh, no problem, no problem. Go to sleep. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. Really? That seems really inconvenient to wear it during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been anyone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Young ones today. I told you, there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Engard, yes, now I remember. Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that... Oh wait, I gotta press. I hate when I have to read it in white and then they later make me reread it in green. I get distracted. Would you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. What? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai. She's singing the theme song? I'm in help of my poor ears. I do kind of like the, even though nickel is not a very cool metal, I do like the Nickel Samurai's costume. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later, if you be good and stick to just the facts. Okay, I promise, right? Right. I'll be sending you the bill for the chewing gum to your office on a later date. Why me? Remind me to send you a thank you letter, note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Please be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? A lawyer? My dream, huh? Well, I want to be Judge Wagner? Hero of the Public's Court? So what? What is that? Is that like a daytime TV judge? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimony? All that matters is the man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough? Can you prove it? Wonder what it's like how a steampunk arm works. I guess it's just a glove. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. It was very inconvenient. Why would that be? That way, no one could see his face, of course. But there's no advantage for him that I could see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You're such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. That's a better point, actually. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So true. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony stage show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. Really? First time hearing of that. That included Jam and Ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when Engard came out of dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. He must have worn that costume. Worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Oh, oops. I meant to press. Forgot. Yeah. Thanks, Mia. I was gonna say, his costume has, looks like it has gloves, though. So, well, but I guess if he was eating with the knife, he could have fingerprints on it because of that. Wait, did I skipped it again. Darn it. I always forget. It's always the last one that trips me up. Yes, Nickel Samurai. Let me ask you one last time. The person you saw was really the Nickel Samurai. As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? Alright. Now we can present something. I don't know what I have to prove. I think it's because he would have been wearing gloves. So his fingerprints were on the knife? I wonder if like the knife or the photo would work. But I feel like the photo I don't know. I feel like that's more risky. I'm sure Edgeworth will probably come back and say like, oh, well, his fingerprints were still on it because he was still eating with it or something. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so, it's a knife. No big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, I'm not trying to scare you. That's a knife that was used in the murder. Your Honor, you know why this piece of evidence is important to the case? Don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are all over it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? Whose car are we driving? If Mr. Engard was really in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. That's right. Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began stabbing. That's an insane thing to say, Edgeworth. Why would he do something like that? Leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had held no intent of murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show, but then why would he take the knife? Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well-known fact that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say to that? So Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems? But then why would... Then he wouldn't have... the knife. Why would he have taken the knife then? This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What? What are you babbling about? For argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Engard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Because he did take the knife. Well, somebody took the knife. This knife, this was used by Mr. Engard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought his own knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida. I suppose. However, you just said yourself, at that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. One more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Is that really how it works? Glove mark? Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order. Order, I say. Order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? To frame Matt Engard. It's to frame my client, Mr. Engard, of course. To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness. Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Engard with the nickel samurai? His character on TV? But, I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting for? That's top secret. I assume she was either waiting for Corita or she wanted to catch, Andrews in the act. Their love affair. I have a feeling you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corita. Am I correct, witness? Heh. The way you think. You're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? Old Bag was waiting around the front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corita. Maybe, Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. Okay, it's Adrian then. You were waiting for this person to come out of the room. They rearranged the portraits. Trying to trip me up. Who's this? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Engard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that there is the latest. It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Yes, I see. Scandalous. Dad seems to be really into the article, if it could be called such a thing. This manager with the initials AA, you're saying it's... Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well. It looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. Got a bad feeling about that. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. Oh, finally the camera? So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness. Please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. It's not like we're 10 years old. That Engard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else, but you and me know that, okay? Okay. Defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. I feel like there's a saying similar to that, isn't there? Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim. This means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. But I can't betray the fact that Adrian attempted suicide. I absolutely cannot. Be careful. Old Bag seems rather excited right now. That's right. Engard's nothing but an average, foul-blooded youth. As the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. What? Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Ooh, I feel like this trial's been going on really long. That Engard. Well, I guess it's not that long. We're still on just the second witness. So I guess that's about fine. That Engard's one evil, evil man. You can't say something like that without proof. But it's true, that woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss A.A. But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossipland. What? Are you saying gossip is all a pack of lies? I don't know, is gossip necessarily a lie? I feel like it's disreputable, but I don't know if it means it's a lie. What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% true. Well, that's not true. But, you know, we live in hope. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip. Oh, oh man, there's plenty of gossip channels that would probably say this whole thing. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway, Engard will never get me to say touché. He thought he could ruin poor Juan. Scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in school these days? I'm not asking what the word scandal means. Well, that Engard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I don't have any proof that Mr. Engard did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything about it. You're right, I can't do anything. But boy, do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny. Show me what you got. Can you show me proof that Engard didn't bear any bear any ill intention toward Juan? I don't think I can. We have his word that he didn't really think much of him. but he was on bad terms. I don't have anything to offer. See, just as I thought. You were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want. Silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you, anyway. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. What action? But what do you mean by I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait, close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you young uns need. You're gonna teach her a lesson? I was gonna make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this, blat!
No, stop.
Too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night. She says she didn't come through the door that night, but we know for a fact that her fingerprints are on the glass. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? Huh? Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret info that no one else knows yet? If that's true, then how do you know this secret info? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. Just got the camera. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret place? I think I know. Let's present the camera. Witness? I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your evidence. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh, yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing. On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then everything written down on this paper is completely meaningless? That's it. That's the note. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. You're the one who took Miss Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil Engard. She said so herself. Engard, I'm a sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? Ugh. I was only trying to help out, like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. Don't you have the camera too? You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. That's such a good one. That's really clever. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No. You have the camera too, don't you? If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said the only thing you stole was the note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from a terrible, lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, admit it. I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? I sure am, you old bat. I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole. You took the camera. You took the whole darn camera. Old bag. The note was with the camera inside the case, wasn't it? Camera. Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Witness. What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is the only logical that you have the camera, too. Ugh. Looks like you found me out. Sorry, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? Ugh. What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I follow love and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. Man, if she took something, if somebody took something worth $1,600 from me, I'd be pissed. I was gonna say to be throwing hands, but honestly, no, I'm not really much of a fighter. But boy, would I flame them online? Oh boy, you better believe. Old bag, more like old bitch, am I right? I saw that woman's business card, and that's what I noticed it said. Slime bag celebrity photographer extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she'd taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Bailiff. Check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once. Oh boy, new evidence. We love new evidence. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's one photo that seems to be relevant in this case. Please present it to the court. Ah, there he is in costume. Although, I remember noticing that Samurai does not wear shoes, but he does have the socks. But this person is clearly not tall enough for the costume. So they must have been... This is definitely Adrian. Somebody not tall enough to wear the thing. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that this person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Engard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his nickel samurai costume. Really? If that's the case, then this nickel samurai is The defendant. Hmm. Does he have multiple costumes, maybe? How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. No. We've examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? Why is he coming to a conclusion already? I'm not ready for it to end. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? Nope. Alright. Can't make a mistake. Only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange. I don't see those toppy socks. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Metaphorically, yes. Anyway, please look at this photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Alright, here we go. Sometimes it's kind of finicky when you're pointing at things on the photos, so... But it's gotta be the feet. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's hear it. Oh, there we go. Feet. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does this mean? The costumed person in this photograph could not have been Mr. Engard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at Nickel Samurai's poster. His feet are fully visible. Please pay attention, pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of his hakama. His socks. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself. Curious. What is it, Mia? Are we too confident? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. Doesn't feel under attack? And I haven't damaged his case at all? Or is this part of his new philosophy on lawyering? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt Engard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. Maybe he's no longer trying to get a perfect score and is instead just trying to find the truth. Huh. I figured it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven the person inside this costume is not Matt Engard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person in the costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. Okay, we'll say Adrian. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? He's very calm. Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who's the person in this photo? Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that nickel samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? I mean, I guess height for one. The room she's coming from? Her access? For starters, she's short. She can freely move in and out of Mr. Engard's room. Thank you, Phoenix, for saying all the things I wanted you to say. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Engard that night. Yeah, I wondered. I was like, surely she's not staying in the same hotel room as him, but I guess it's possible. They had 2 beds. How does this all add up? Means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. The knife. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright? Does he want me to accuse Adrian for some reason? The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order, order, order. Looks like this trial's hit the most unexpected development. They always do, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is subpoenaed to court as a witness, it means the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Oh. But she might have already escaped the room. If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya... Now then, we shall set aside Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I should just wait and see. No, I guess we should object. Now then. Please, Your Honor. Continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. Can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not... I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edward? Did you already bring her in? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Did Edgeworth already subpoena her? Unexpected development? He totally did. Thank you, Edgeworth. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. What do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all. Happening according to plan. Oh my god, that sentence really tripped me up. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? Oh man. He's not rusty at all. He's sharper than ever. What's the meaning of this statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She's the next witness. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Everything was planned out in advance by this man? Somehow. I knew there was no way Edgeworth could overlook Miss Andrews. He did give us the evidence about her, so that makes sense. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Although this is probably a good stopping time. Whew. Although I'm still not convinced that she did the murder. But she was definitely there. I definitely think that was her in the costume. Whether she framed him on purpose or not. We'll call our next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Or in my case, a 24-hour recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. Court will now take a 10-minute recess. Ooh. That is a good enough stopping point for today. Hmm. There we go. Whew. Always gotta double save. That's how you know it works. Alright. I'll probably be back tomorrow, maybe not. Hopefully. Hopefully if nothing else goes wrong. Although, I don't know, maybe I should look at my sound setup. If not, I can always just keep it the way it is for temporary. My sounds, yeah, it's been a little bit weird about some games. I don't know why. Maybe I should get out try and find some other speakers and just double check if it's my speakers or not. What a pain in the butt. Alright. I am hungry, so I'm gonna go make some pasta. Good night, good night, good night. Good night. Or good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Or have a bad one, I don't know. I'm not the boss of you. Not when stream ends. Have a time of day. You can have a good one or a bad one. It's your choice. But for me, I hope it's a good night.